Hello, everyone. I returned from the grave, and I saw Not Real Name had made a post recently about looking for hot takes, and I remembered, oh, I used to do those. So I took a break from my own editing really quickly to just hop on Audacity and make a very unhinged, unscripted, hot take on what I think is going on with all the new news, new Vanny, FNAF World 2, and the new restaurant coming up in Jersey. Just kind of short, sweet, and to the point. I'm excited. I'm excited about it all, and like I really went in depth recently on the Bronze Films' channel on live stream, but I'll just kind of quickly reiterate what I already touched on there. And the long and short of it is, well, first off, I called it. So many people doubted me that FNAF World 2 was coming, and I finally get to gloat and say I called it. But yeah, no, seriously. And Security Breach 2 doesn't really surprise me at all either. I think that's kind of largely the way the community was already kind of like predicting it would go. So no huge surprise there. And the restaurant though, that did catch me off guard. Like I'm already trying to make plans with Bronze Films and VRAR on maybe we could do a road trip out there. God, that would be fun. And just like looking at the post for that in particular, like supposedly the quality's going to be really great. It's like done by American something, I forget it offhand, but they're actually like the second biggest mall chain or something or another in the country, so like clearly they would know how to handle a restaurant. So high hopes there, especially if Scott is involved with that, which I would assume he would be for like the first locate. Like he has to be, right? Fingers crossed. Hot takes though. New Vanny. I'm not sure that's Vanny. There's a bit of a hot take. As I touched on in the stream, like the most common ones I'm hearing is that is Vanessa or Cassie. I don't even know if it's either. This might be a totally new character. And like I touched on in the live stream, I'll just say really quickly, like the two striking visual differences to me are like Vanny had a blue bow on her the front of her neck, and this new character has a red bow on the back of her neck. That's about like two layers of like as opposite as you can get, right? Red and blue, front and back, right? Like if Steel Wool's objective was to make me think, oh, this is Vanessa again, basically, like that's a really not good way of doing that visually. So I'd be really curious to what that is. Or insane take, it's the new avatar of Glitch Trap. But I'm sure I'll eat my words on that as well. Eventually, like you take enough swings, eventually you'll get something right. But yeah, that's largely what I think with Vanny. Like, it's gonna be someone new, like possibly like Tape Girl, maybe Cassie, maybe a new character we've not seen before, maybe even Mrs. Afton. And I know me and VRAR are slowly like getting like flack on the side for that, but I still kind of stick with that. That's just me, but that's a really wild take. That it's and trust me, I've got a way to explain how that like makes sense with the model we see, but it could be her. So yeah, that's what I think with the new Vanny. FNAF World 2, it's like I said in the live stream as well, it's going to be a reiteration of what we saw before, at least in like scope, right? Of like there are multiple characters, at least two, trying to convince a third to do something. And, we can debate it till the cows come home on who these three characters are. And I define these three characters in the first FNAF world as the Freddy character we play as, Fredbear, and the Glitch plush. Those seem to be, in my humble opinion, three different characters. The two are trying to convince the Freddy character, the one we play as, to do something. And they both want two different things. And I reiterate all that just to say that I would think that it's going to be a repeat of that, but potentially just with different characters. And like the obvious answer would be, to me, that I'm really just speculating very, very early now, that it would be involved with David. I'm sure like this is hopefully going to get posted after my video's out, but my take was that in the first Help Wanted, that it is Charlie, Cassidy, and Fiona. Being Charlie, Freddy, Cassidy, Fredbear, and Fiona Glitch Plush. And I know how insane that sounds, and I'm sure I'm going to get roasted for that. But like, it might... And I've got a more long-winded way to explain that, but needless to say, like a repeat of something similar, but David being the focus. Because what is it? Fredbear refers to this kid you're saving, or like putting back together in the third person to you, Freddy, the player character, right? So like we are not the crying child, and that's by logical deduction that seems to be who they're all referring to. So like to me, right, especially with the parallels with how similar these three kids really, like Gregory, David, and the crying child, right? How similar that all three of them are, but like, especially those two, right? It stands to reason to me that it could be about David. Is my earliest speculations. Now, who the other two would be or how it's working or whatever, no idea, but it really feels like it would involve David. Trying to make sure I hit everything. New Vanny, FNAF World 2, Freddy's coming up in Jersey, Security Breach 2, hopefully picking up with Cassie. We've kind of neglected picking up on that cliffhanger for a while now. I'm just trying to keep this short and sweet, roughly. Yeah, and again, if you want my more like elaborate thoughts on all of this, you can watch the VOD on Bronze's channel, but that's kind of the long and short of it, guys. You know, as per the usual, I've definitely got my hot take, so hopefully that ruffles some feathers. Hopefully. So, hey, I'm gonna go back to editing now. I look forward to seeing this video get posted. See ya!